The world breathes a different air through eyes that have known too much sun. The sea, a canvas stretched taut beneath a sky bruised purple and gold, never sleeps. It churns secrets, whispers sorrows, and dreams in hues of cobalt and despair. Each wave a brushstroke, thick with the weight of untold stories, crashing against the shore with a sigh that echoes in the hollows of the heart. A fishing boat, small and fragile, dances on the restless surface, a solitary spark against the vast indifference of the ocean. It carries hopes, prayers, and the ghosts of those swallowed by the deep. A silent promise etched onto its weathered planks, a testament to the enduring spirit that clings to life even when the storm rages. The wind, a restless spirit, whips through the tall grass on the dunes, bending it low in a perpetual bow. It carries the scent of salt and seaweed, a primal fragrance that speaks of ancient rhythms and the eternal dance of creation and destruction. The cry of a lone seagull pierces the air, a lament that rises and falls with the tide, a yearning for something lost, something never found. A solitary figure walks along the beach, head bowed, lost in contemplation. The sand, cool and damp beneath bare feet, yields with each step, a silent surrender to the weight of existence. Every shell, every pebble, a tiny universe reflecting the immensity of the cosmos. A universe contained within the palm of a hand, a universe whispered on the breath of a prayer. The sun, a molten eye, dips below the horizon, painting the sky with fiery strokes of orange, red, and gold. A fleeting moment of breathtaking beauty, a fragile promise of a new dawn. But shadows lengthen, stretching across the sand like grasping fingers, reminding us of the darkness that always lurks beneath the surface. The world is a fragile thing, easily broken, easily bruised. But within its cracks and fissures lies a hidden beauty, a raw and untamed power that can both destroy and heal. The sea, a mirror reflecting the depths of the soul, invites us to dive into its turbulent waters, to confront our fears, and to emerge transformed, reborn. There is a solace to be found in the solitude of the shore, a quiet communion with the vastness of the universe. The stars begin to emerge, tiny pinpricks of light in the velvet darkness. Each one a distant sun, a burning ember of hope. They whisper secrets to those who listen, tales of cosmic journeys and the endless possibilities that lie beyond the horizon. The sea, a restless lover, sighs and moans, pulling at the shore with relentless passion. It is a constant reminder of the ephemeral nature of life, of the ebb and flow of joy and sorrow, of the eternal dance of change. But within its depths lies a profound stillness, a quiet center where the soul can find refuge. To see the world through eyes that have known too much sun is to see both its beauty and its pain, its light and its shadow. It is to embrace the totality of existence, to accept the inevitable suffering that comes with being alive. And in that acceptance, to find a measure of peace, a flicker of hope, a glimmer of light in the darkness. The sea never sleeps, but in its constant motion, it teaches us the art of letting go, of surrendering to the flow of life, of trusting that even in the darkest night, the dawn will eventually break. The moon, a spectral pearl in the inky sky, casts its silvery glow upon the water, transforming the waves into shimmering ribbons of light. Each crest a fleeting moment of brilliance, each trough a plunge into the abyss. The world shrinks to the circle of moonlight on the sea, a luminous stage for the soul's silent drama. The fishing boats, silhouettes against the horizon, become vessels of dreams, carrying weary sailors towards distant shores, towards the embrace of loved ones, towards the uncertain promise of a new day. They are fragile craft on a boundless ocean, vulnerable to the whims of the wind and the fury of the storm. Yet they persist, driven by an ancient longing, by the unyielding human spirit that refuses to be extinguished. The air is thick with the scent of salt and seaweed, a primal fragrance that evokes memories of childhood summers, of endless days spent exploring hidden coves and building sand castles destined to be swept away by the tide. There is a bittersweet nostalgia in the air, a reminder of the impermanence of all things, of the relentless march of time that carries us ever further from the innocence of youth. But even in the face of loss, there is a strange beauty, a poignant grace that softens the edges of sorrow and allows us to appreciate the fleeting moments of joy that punctuate the darkness. The wind whispers secrets through the tall grasses that fringe the shore, a mournful song of forgotten loves and unfulfilled dreams. It speaks of the interconnectedness of all things, of the invisible threads that bind us to each other and to the natural world. It carries the scent of distant lands, of exotic spices and unknown flowers, a tantalizing glimpse of the infinite possibilities that lie beyond our reach. To listen to the wind is to open oneself to the vastness of the universe, to surrender to the mystery that surrounds us, to embrace the unknown with courage and humility. The soul, a solitary wanderer on the shores of existence, seeks solace in the immensity of the sea. It longs to merge with the boundless horizon, to dissolve into the infinite expanse of sky and water, to escape the confines of the self and find refuge in the collective consciousness of the universe. But even in its yearning for transcendence, it remains tethered to the earth, grounded by the weight of its own history, by the memory of its own pain. It is a constant struggle between the desire for liberation and the fear of annihilation. Between the longing for connection and the need for solitude, Yet, in the heart of this struggle lies the seed of hope, the potential for growth, the possibility of transformation. To confront one's demons is to disarm them. To stare into the face of fear is to diminish its power. The sea, in its relentless churning, teaches us the art of resilience, of adapting to change, of finding strength in adversity. It reminds us that even the most violent storm eventually subsides, that even the darkest night eventually gives way to dawn. The world, seen through eyes that have wept, is a world of contrasts, of light and shadow, of beauty and pain. It is a world where joy and sorrow are inextricably intertwined, where love and loss are two sides of the same coin. It is a world where the small things matter, where a single act of kindness can ripple outwards and touch countless lives, where a moment of connection can illuminate the darkness and give meaning to existence. To embrace this world with all its imperfections is to embrace life itself, to accept the totality of experience, to find beauty in the brokenness, to discover hope in the midst of despair. The sea that never sleeps continues its vigil, a constant companion to the human heart, a mirror reflecting our deepest fears and our highest aspirations, a reminder that even in the face of eternity, we are not alone. And so we drift, carried on the waves of memory, towards a horizon that shimmers with the promise of dawn. The moon, a silver coin in the vast night sky, casts its ethereal glow upon the water, painting the waves with strokes of pale light. Each ripple, each crest, a fleeting moment of beauty. A reminder of the impermanence of all things. The air is thick with the scent of salt and seaweed, a primal aroma that stirs deep within the soul, awakening forgotten instincts and yearnings. To walk along the shore at night is to walk on the edge of infinity, to stand at the boundary between the known and the unknown, to feel the immensity of the universe pressing in on all sides. The sea, a whispering confidant, shares its secrets with those who are willing to listen. Tales of ancient mariners and sunken cities, of love and loss, of life and death. It speaks in a language older than words, a language of rhythm and resonance, a language that resonates deep within the bones. The wind, a restless spirit, howls and sighs, carrying with it the voices of the departed, the echoes of forgotten dreams. It whips the waves into a frenzy, creating a spectacle of raw power and untamed beauty. To witness such a storm is to witness the fury of the gods, to be reminded of the forces that shape our world and our lives. Yet, even in the midst of chaos, there is a sense of order, a hidden harmony that underlies all things. The sea, a masterful conductor, orchestrates a symphony of sound and motion, a performance that is both terrifying and sublime. The human heart, a fragile vessel, navigates the turbulent waters of existence, seeking solace and meaning in a world that often seems indifferent. It yearns for connection, for love, for understanding, but it is also haunted by fear, by doubt, by the knowledge of its own mortality. To open the heart to the world is to risk pain, to expose oneself to vulnerability. But it is also the only way to experience true joy, to discover the beauty that lies hidden within the ordinary. The world, through eyes that have seen the darkness, is a world of shadows and whispers, a world where beauty is often found in the unexpected places, where hope flickers like a candle in the wind. It is a world where the small things matter, where a kind word, a gentle touch can make all the difference. To appreciate the beauty of a single flower, to marvel at the flight of a bird, to feel the warmth of the sun on one's face, is to connect with the source of all creation, to find meaning in the midst of chaos. The sea that never sleeps, a constant reminder of the ebb and flow of life, of the eternal dance of change, invites us to surrender to the mystery, to embrace the unknown, to trust that even in the darkest night, the dawn will eventually break. And in that breaking, to find a new beginning, a renewed sense of hope, a deeper appreciation for the beauty and fragility of existence. The world continues, painted in hues of longing and light, fading into the quiet hum of eternity.